More now with Axios reporter Victoria Knight, who joins us. You think, Victoria, this issue still plays favorably from a political point of view for Democrats as that previous issue we were talking about, immigration, does for Republicans on Thursday night? What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure about immigration versus abortion, but what I will say is that Democrats are betting that abortion will play really well for them. You're seeing a blitz, right now from President Biden, from Vice President Kamala Harris. I think really key to understanding their message, they're trying to show, in their view, that this is just the first step for Republicans. They're trying to kind of tie this to freedom overall, and then tying it to saying that other reproductive health rights that Americans have right now will be taken away, such as access to birth control, access to IVF. And so they're trying to paint this as part of their broader picture about Trump and trying to show, vote for us and these rights will not be taken away from you. And I think, polling is seeming to show so far that this is really mobilizing Democratic voters, at least.
Right. It has, and certainly past elections. Whether it does this time, maybe, as you say, some of the polls show it might again. I'm curious whether you think that argument, and you're right, it's the one the administration has been making and the re-election campaign has been making, is a fair argument that this could go much further than just abortion. Here's a clip from a Biden-Harris campaign ad that gets to that very point. Let's watch.
For MAGA Republicans, Roe is just the beginning. They're going to try to ban the right to choose nationwide. They're coming for IVF and birth control next. We're up against extremism. Send me back to the White House and I'll fight like hell to restore Roe v. Wade and protect American freedom.
From your reporting, Victoria, is that argument fair, that it could go much further than this, that IVF's really on the table? I mean, some Republicans come out and said, no, we don't want to go that far.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, all of that is really up to the makeup of Congress. The president obviously has some control via executive action, but I think we really need to see what the makeup of Congress looks like right now. I think generally people think the Senate will likely go GOP, but the House really seems to be up in the air. And so if it's a split chamber, there's really not going to be anything passed by the Democrats that would, restrict access to birth control or abortion. Democrats would stop that. But, if we see a President Trump in the White House and a full GOP control of Congress, that might be a different story. I will say we can look at Congress right now and what they've tried to do with split chambers. So Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has tried to put up multiple bills for votes this month. One on, ensuring the right to IVF, and then another ensuring the right to birth control. And Republicans have blocked both of those bills, saying they go farther, saying they may, allow access to certain abortion things. So I think that we'll see what Congress looks like, but
right.
it goes a little too far to say right now.
That was a political move, right, by Schumer in many ways to get the Republicans on the record on that issue, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, Republicans are saying it's a show vote, but it's also helpful for Democrats to be able to then campaign on this and say, when they're campaigning against Republicans in the Senate, be like, hey, they voted against allowing access to IVF, but they say they support IVF. And the same thing for birth control as well. And that's important to note. These Republicans are saying, hey, we do support these things, but they don't want to vote on these bills.
One thing about this, but reproductive rights in general, abortion in particular, as a political issue, and we can look at the polling on this. I think we have some Pew Research polling that goes back over the years. It's been remarkably consistent, Victoria. I think this is why Democrats want to play it this way. You see people's views on abortion being legal in almost all or most cases has always been above 50%, and for the most part, it's tracked in the high 50s, low 60s. Post-Dobbs decisions gone up 62, 63%. So those are the numbers, right, that Democrats look at, and they say, all right, public's on our side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, actually there is a poll recently that we highlighted in Axios reporting that showed 32%, a record 32% of voters would only vote for someone who shares their views on abortion. That included both people that support abortion rights and people who are anti-abortion. But it shows that it is still an issue that kind of brings people out to the polls. And in that poll itself, it showed that support for supporting a candidate who shares your views really was solidifying with Democrats.
Yep.
So I think Democrats are, again,
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.